In this video, I want to walk you through a worksheet with 10 different ideas to get your thinking going on what kind of publicity stunt you can create. And let's go through them and let's have a little fun, because all of these.
This video is brought to you by Oppie Pies Academy.
Are controversial things that are maybe not so recommended, okay? These are just, that's the whole point, is you got to stand out. You don't have to do them. It's just an option. If something seems like it's too much, just don't do it. But let's have fun with these for brainstorming's sake, and let's see how far we get. So, disastrous customer incident, for example. You can privately talk to a customer and tell them, hey, you can allege that we did this and this and this and this. That's going to make the news. You can pay that customer, you can give them free service, you can, maybe there's something in it for the customer, maybe they're a business as well, and maybe they'll get some attention for themselves. And if you're small enough businesses, at the end of the day, everybody will mostly forget it, and the only thing that will remain is the traffic or the attention that you immediately, or the sales that you immediately got. Probably there's limited long-term effect, but you could get immediate traffic. Another option is disastrous vendor incident. For example, I actually had this happen to me where it was actually real, but you could make it fake as well. I was working with an ad vendor, and this ad provider's ads were so intrusive, it was for my mobile apps, that a lot of my app users immediately quit the apps, and a lot of them left bad reviews, and the app tanked in the App Store ranking, and I lost a lot of downloads and sales, and the app just went really down and didn't recover for a while. This was actually real. But it sounds like it could have been almost a stunt. And I ended up publishing that, and I ended up talking to a journalist, and the journalist ended up publishing that. And I got so much attention in some of the major tech publications, this is years ago now, that this vendor actually contacted me and asked me if they pay me, will I be quiet? So I cannot say who they paid me, I took the money. Now I cannot say who it was, and I don't really talk about it, but this was real, and I got, not only attention, but also I got paid for it. Another thing is doing something illegal with your business. Now, this is really tricky, not too illegal, because illegal means you're going to go to jail. Don't do that. There are some things that are borderline illegal, just not cool, but not persecuted. Don't go crazy. Don't get yourself in jail. Take this with a grain of salt. You can do a lot of things illegal. For example, when I had my hiking business, you can just hike through some private property. If somebody really wants to persecute you, they can, but that almost never happens. But you will get some kind of attention. Let's say you accidentally hike through some governor's mansion or something like that, and there's pictures and posted, and like they're angry and they're waving a stick or something. I don't know what happens, and nobody's going to go to jail for that. It's an accident. Make sure that it's mild enough. But you can get that kind of attention, and so these are just stunts. It's literally meant to provoke someone. So these aren't particularly angelic. Again, sorry if this is kind of a little bit out of comfort zone, but that's the whole purpose of it. Now, crazy lawsuits. You can file a crazy lawsuit. Do I recommend that? Not really. Is it possible? Sure. It's going to be a complete waste of time and a lot of resources going to creating a lawsuit, but it's an option, something to consider. Most likely nobody will do that. That's one of the far-fetched ones. So let's keep going. You can create a wild embellishment. For example, when I did my shipwreck hikes a long time ago, I got a lot of publicity. But that's because I did slight stunts, because I used to say, we're going to see shipwrecks. It's going to be cool, like the Pirates of the Caribbean. And people who would come, they'd expect some like wild, amazing shipwrecks. But really the ships that I would show them, I can't just make Hollywood level shipwrecks. These ships that I showed them, the only options were ships that are 95% submerged underwater and just like little things sticking out of the water. So when they saw it, they were disappointed, but a lot of people saw that attention-grabbing headline and they came. Now you can also expose a lie. You can also have cheating allegations. Right now, I'm not going to say the show, but there's a show on TV. It's like a pseudo reality show, and two of the contestants decided, okay, we're going to blame each other for cheating. And it's been all over the news. I'm sure they colluded behind the scenes, and they mapped out what's going to happen every day and part of the way, so that they have replies and retorts, and one person accuses the other proves them wrong, the other person has another accusation, then it goes in some celebrity blog, and so they get a lot of attention, they stay in the news, but really there's no news. They just fabricated all the attention, and all the publications just were like tricked. So that's possible. You can also say, hey, I'm putting on an event with a celebrity never shows up, but the reporters show up, and you're totally embarrassed, but you're not really embarrassed because there was never going to be a celebrity. It's just that it's a stunt. You will get mentioned somewhat negatively in the news and blogs, but you'll get mentioned. You can kind of loudly get kicked out of somewhere. For example, maybe some website membership or some club membership, you get kicked out, and the community of that website gets to know about it because you're not going to care that much that you got kicked out, but you can create YouTube videos and say, hey, I got unfairly kicked out. And people will share that because it's controversial, and you'll get the attention. And lastly, the 10th item is you can be strategically, not just mean, but strategically mean to customers. Some years ago, there was a company in New York. They were an optometry company, boring company. There's a million companies like that. They provide a pretty commoditized service. So what they did was they were really mean to their customers. So mean that it got picked up by the news. And all the news sites linked to that optometry site. Guess what happened? Now, even years later, everybody knows about that optometry business. Not only that, but there's all these Google links that point to that site, making it really strong in search. That company was strategically mean, and they got a lot of benefit. They also got a lot of bad press, and bad things happened to them, but they also got a lot of benefits from it. So these are ideas for what you can kind of just to spur your own thinking. So try to fill out this worksheet for every one of these. Try to write, what can you do? Give yourself that exercise. If you really don't want to, skip it. But it is an exercise that's easy to do because you might not create any ideas today or tomorrow or this week, but something, if you kind of think about it for a while, something might hit you a month or 3 months from now, and you'll be like, oh my God, I got the greatest idea for a stunt. And it will be cheap to do, it will be simple to do, and it can get you a lot of attention.